All right, and it's recording. Um, do you have any idea how to introduce this?
Uh, hey, I'm Jake.
And I'm Alex.
And we're here to talk about some shit,
Hell yeah. We're going to talk about some movies and shit.
right?
Well, if you guys saw the first one we did, we were at Jake's place doing it. But with the distance between me and him and our work schedules, it's hard for us to meet up in person. So we're going to try to do some remote ones. We're still going to do some in person ones. And there's his mama. Hi. She can come out.
You can come out if you want. You can come out if you want.
I'll cut you out.
Like, Mama, I guess not. She's camera shy.
Okay, I'm leaving that in. But yeah, we're gonna try to do it in person as much as possible. But when we can't, it's easier to try to knock these out. And we recorded one last week, actually to the date last week. But the problem was the recorder I have, I'm not used to it. So this is the second try of this, and hopefully it goes
Right.
better.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I can already tell you sound better, so that's good.
Yeah, that's a plus.
All right, so first up on the list is A Blade in the Dark.
Dun
Ooh.
dun dun dun.
Now, Jake, have you ever seen like a Giallo before this one?
Um, have I ever seen one before?
Yeah,
Before that one?
yeah,
I mean, like with like Deep Red or something like that count?
yeah. Deep Red is a Giallo. Well, New York Ripper I showed you. That's considered a Giallo.
Oh, then yeah, I've seen a few.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen Deep Red, New York Ripper, uh, Inferno, stuff like that.
Yeah, and also you saw Tinterbray, right? Or did I never let you borrow that one?
I haven't seen that one yet.
Okay, we'll get to that one. We'll do that one on the show. We'll do an Argento episode.
That'll be cool.
Yeah. But you want to plot crunch this one?
So for the most part, it's about this guy who rents out a house so he could make a score for like a movie. And as he's staying at the house, multiple neighbors come over just to, like see what's going on, and then they start getting murdered.
And it's
That's how
and
I
it's
would sum it.
and it's up to the dude that looks like Eric Foreman
Yeah.
and his directing friend. So overall, what did you think?
I thought it was pretty good. There was a few scenes that I really enjoyed, like the bathroom scene. Uh, and also the killer in it was pretty cool. I thought he was really funny, especially like the way he talked and laughed, like the whole movie.
Yeah. And did you expect him at all to be the killer?
Honestly, no, I did not. That one kind of threw me for a loop, if I'm being honest. But then at one point he did say like he was like, I have to go get changed. And then at that point I was like, oh yeah, he might be the killer.
Yeah, this one's a little cross-dressing killer.
Yeah, we love that.
Oh yeah, we love that around here. Just look at what I gave you to watch. But but one thing that really stuck out to me about this movie was the score that he was composing.
Right.
It's a nice mixture of like a beautiful melody but very haunting. I kind of wish we saw more of the actual movie that they were making though,
Yeah, it looked like it would have been a pretty nice movie.
because you get
I
you
wonder
get
like what the plot is.
yeah. because you just see the very beginning where it has the kid from it was House by the Cemetery that kid was in, I think. It's either House by the Cemetery or City of the Living Dead. It's one of those two Fulci movies. I've always mixed those up for some reason. I just know City of the Living Dead has the girl puke up her own intestines. So that's pretty cool.
That's always hot.
Yeah. But some other actors in the movie, the guy that plays the lead character, he was the lead in New York Ripper,
Yeah.
which that's always fun because that's one of my favorite movies of all time is New York Ripper. Love that movie.
Do the
And
duck noise.
oh yeah, I do the duck noise. I need to do that at work more.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then another director is in this movie, which is Michael Salvi. Salvi. I'm not Italian, so I'm gonna butcher these names. He would go on to do Stage Fright and Cemetery Man and stuff like that. Which we're gonna talk about Stage Fright after this. So there's the connection there.
Right.
And then later, as we go on, you'll see with a lot of these Italian productions, it's almost inbred on how they use the same actors and crew, and just everybody knows everybody.
Yeah. It's
But going
weird
to the
seeing how like everything's kind of intertwined, you know?
yeah, like a lot of people have worked for several of these people, and um, well, actually, the director of this one, Lamberto Bava, he's the son of Mario Bava, who did films like Black Sabbath and A Bay of Blood. Which you need to check his stuff out, Jake. I think you would really like his stuff.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about Black Sabbath. I've always wanted to watch that one.
That one's good. It's actually a trilogy, which a lot of people don't know that. And there's this one creepy one. I'll talk about it later. But his son did this movie, which is originally supposed to be a TV movie. Which I'm kind of looking at it like, how the hell is this supposed to be a TV movie?
Right.
Because the violence is so over the top, especially like you
Yeah.
mentioned earlier, the bathroom scene.
Yeah. She got killed hardcore.
Oh yeah, then she got ripped off and she got her teeth knocked out. Because
Right.
I asked you in the first recording, was that teeth in the bathtub that he saw?
It didn't really look like teeth, but that's the only thing that I could think it would be, you know?
Because I watched that scene, taking clips from it to use for this episode, and she's not wearing like a pearl necklace or anything.
Right.
So I don't know what that could be except for teeth.
Yeah. I
And
love
then
me a good pearl necklace.
oh yeah, and then the first girl that got it with the X-Acto knife. But I love the shadow
Yeah.
where the killer walks into it when she's behind the fence.
Right.
I've always loved that shot. The way it goes in and out of focus, it's really good. You could tell that this is Bava's son.
Yeah.
And actually later on, Roberto Bava would go on to do Demons.
I haven't seen that one yet either.
Demons 1 and 2 is really good. I've never actually seen the other Demons movies, which I probably need to. I think I own the third one actually, and I just never seen it.
Really.
Yeah, I need to check that out one day. I heard they're not the best after 2, but even 2 wasn't that great, but 2 had a cool concept with an apartment complex.
Right.
But that is. You got anything else you want to say about Alone in the Dark? Or, I mean, A Blade in the Dark?
Um, Not really a whole lot. I will say that there was like one like kind of jump scare that did get me. When the maintenance dude was like checking on the pool filter and like the hand came flying out. I really
Oh,
wasn't expecting that, and I thought that was pretty cool.
yeah, that was good because that's why Eric Foreman called the owner of the property Michael Sylvie because the pool smelled bad or something.
Yeah, I wonder
And,
why.
and that poor janitor or groundskeeper or whatever.
Yeah, he got.
He just wanted to look at his pornos, spy on the pretty women.
Right.
So if you were to rate this movie, what would you rate it?
Um, I would say like a 7 out of 10. I would
I'm gonna
definitely watch it again.
I'll stick with you on that one. 7 out of 10 is a good one. It's
All
just
right.
this one hits home with me because it was one of the first giallos I actually saw,
Right.
and that music stuck with me so much. Like it used to be my ringtone
Yeah,
because
that's cool.
I was changing between like that and the Cannibal Holocaust theme for a while because I went through this huge like era of like nothing but Italian movies.
Right.
So I thought I was cultured. You see,
You are pretty cultured, I would say.
yeah, very cultured. All right, which leads us into our next movie, which is very cultured. Stage Fright. Directed by the killer in the last movie, Michael Salvi.
Yay.
Which I was actually wrong. Uh, no, I did say Michael Salvi did Cemetery Man and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I think you did.
Okay, I if I didn't, then I meant for this director would go on to do Cemetery Man, where and also The Church. He did a movie called The Church, which I own. I still haven't seen it, but I've owned it for years. Um, let's see your interpretation of Stage Fright.
So Stage Fright was pretty much a movie about this musical where there was like an unknown killer in the musical at first, but then after a killer snuck into these people's car that were in the musical and showed up, they ended up renaming like the music. Well, they ended up making the killer like an actual person instead of a fictional person. Uh, and then he just went on a killing spree and killed people while wearing an owl mask.
That's a good one. I'm gonna make you say what happened in every movie. I think it's funny.
Okay,
I don't know why. I want your take on it because I could give the. Actually, I was gonna do the thing where I was gonna grab the box and just read it off the back,
right.
but I do that for boxer tape, so that would just be redundant to do it again. So
Yeah.
I think your interpretation of it would be fun.
All right.
So I know this is the least favorite of the three.
Yeah, for me, it was the least favorite of the three, but there were like a few scenes that did stand out to me that I really liked. Um, I like towards like how the end where the killer just had them all kind of like lined up, like missing limbs and heads and shit, kind of like a final curtain call type scene. That was really shot beautifully.
That yeah, that was a great shot. He's just sitting there petting the cat.
Yeah. I'm just glad nothing happened to the cat, though.
Yeah, you and I felt bad the other day when you were watching Bring Her Back, and I said I think the cat makes it. I lied.
Yeah. No, the cat. Yeah.
I lied.
At least it doesn't show, but it's kind of like, it makes you assume that, the cat does not survive.
Yeah, so I'm sorry I lied to you about that one. I felt bad.
Okay.
But see, Stage Fright's one of those movies where depending on the day, I put it on my top 10 slasher movies.
Right.
Like I love how this is shot. I think some scenes are really well done, especially that end scene you're talking about. Because I wanted to bring that up too, where he has all the bodies and the whole cast is just strung out and all
Yeah.
that stuff. I think the musical choices, like the editing in it's so great. Like at the very end where they're like in the rafters, like chasing him down.
Yeah.
Like Peter's chasing him down, and the music cuts with the song very well. And I think the editing is really done well in this because it can be static and with very little movement, but it can also be kind of erratic and almost like a music video. Like they can really merge the two together, and I really appreciated that in it.
Yeah, it was shot really nice, and the music for it was done really good.
Yeah, especially the music to the musical.
Right.
I think that like
Had
with
me
the
snap my fingers.
yeah, the little saxophone. But nothing beats Saxman from Lost Boys.
Right.
Nothing
He
will.
could get it.
He goes to conventions and like plays the saxophone and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, he still kind of looks the same too, just older.
Yeah.
But now the lead in this movie, she was in New York Ripper. She
Right.
had she had a small bit part in New York Ripper. Like I think her name was Barbara in New York Ripper. No, it was no. The actress's name is Barbara Kuritsky, something like that. I've always found her very like pretty.
She is pretty.
She has really striking eyes, and that always drug me into her.
Right.
And then you have oh my god, I always butcher his name, but I know him so well. He's like in all these movies, like all the Italian movies. I have it written down. Um, Giovanni Lamberto Radice as Brett, the gay guy.
That's a mouthful.
Yes. Some people could just say it off the tongue. Me, I gotta look at it. And like he's great.
Right.
He's in City of the Living Dead. He's in Cannibal Ferox. Um, he was also in The Church. I wrote that down because it's the director's later movie. He also was in The Church. But he's like a classic staple of Italian cinema. He just shows up everywhere. Again, everything being so cross connected with these guys.
Right.
And I think in general the characters in this are fun characters.
They are.
Especially Peter. Now Peter is the best asshole ever to be in a slasher movie.
Yeah, and he got what was coming to him too.
He threw that girl into the killer.
Right.
And then like the part you said, like with the plot description where the killer actually killed somebody, it was like one of the costume designers that took the lead to the hospital with her ankle.
Right.
Um Once she got murdered, that's when he changes the script and makes it all about this killer, which the name escapes me what his name is.
Yeah, I can't recall it either.
They don't say it that much, so I'm kind of forgetting.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just rewrites it and makes it true.
Yeah, he thought he was
Just,
gonna get some big bucks.
yeah, he thought he was gonna sell tickets, get awards, and then locks everybody in and hides the key. So that's why they're stuck in there, because you can't find it, because his dumbass locks all the doors, which can be locked from the inside without being able to unlatch it or anything. So then everybody is stuck in there trying to find the key. And then also, we can't forget about the man, the myth, the legend, Willie, the janitor, right between the
Oh yeah,
eyes. Right between the
yeah.
eyes. Yeah.
Just like I said, right between the eyes.
Right between the eyes. Do you see that? Right between the eyes.
Right.
My mom hates
If
this
I'm not
movie.
mistaken, if I'm
What?
not mistaken, wasn't the cat his?
Yeah, the cat was his. I think it was Lucifer.
Yeah, it was Lucifer. That's a
Yeah, it
pretty
was
sick
Lucifer.
name.
Yeah. And I think the only person that outbeats Peter being such a nasty asshole is Judy from Sleepaway Camp.
Right.
Which I recently, for the next time we do this, I gave him my Sleepaway Camp Survival Kit box set, which has the first three movies.
Right.
So
I'm
I don't
probably
know if
gonna
you.
watch the first and link it off here.
Oh hell yeah, you're gonna be in for a treat.
I'm excited.
I mean, hell, I got my Sleepaway Camp tattoo, signed. I love it. You're gonna love Sleepaway Camp. If you don't like it, I'd be shocked.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it.
Yeah, you're gonna love it. And then we can discuss it because there's so much to talk about that movie.
Right. I'll
But
be
going
sure
back,
to take note.
yeah, take good notes. But going back to stage fright, the gore effects are really good.
Yeah.
Like I like the guy that gets the drill, like it's Slumber Party Massacre, gets the drill through the door.
I also like the part where they were like pretty much playing like tug of war with that girl, and
Yeah,
then she just came up like her body.
just I will say this: the way that the killer gets to the rehearsal is stupid.
Yeah. Like I told you in like the last filming that we tried to do, it didn't really make sense that they went to like a psych ward, just because the girl's like ankle was fucked up.
Yeah, but my realization with that was I just think they were trying to find the first hospital they could,
Yeah.
and that happened to be the closest one. I don't know if they knew it was a psych ward before they got there or not, but
Right.
they were just trying to do it quick before Peter noticed that she was gone.
That makes sense.
So, um, I mean, it's a loose, very loose reasoning why they did,
Right.
but that's the only thing I could think of. But yeah, this movie to me is a fun ride. It really is. Like the music's good. I think character wise, it's fun. Like just all around, I think it's a well made slasher film. Not a lot of people agree with me on this one. Like my mom doesn't
I
like it.
thought that yeah. I thought that like the costume design for the killer was like pretty like extraordinary though. Like, you would never think you would see like like a killer with like an owl mask like running around. So that was kind of unique in a way.
Yeah, it because like really in the at that time you really didn't see a lot of like the killer animal mask kind of thing. Like, did you ever see that movie You're Next from like the early 2010s?
Yeah, I like that movie.
Yeah, that one has like the animal mask, and then after a while, every slasher had animal mask.
Yeah.
Like it was kind of a thing. And another one that kind of reminds me of this kind of style. I don't think you've seen this one. It's called Deadly Dreams. It's from 1987 or 88. It's it's a slasher movie it's actually pretty good. I need to rewatch it. I remember really liking it when I picked it up. But the killer has like a bear, or no, a wolf mask,
Oh,
and
that's cool.
is done in the same style as like this owl mask. Like it's realistic and has like the
Right.
fur and stuff. Because the people in the movie are hunters, so I I think they are. I need to rewatch that. It's in there somewhere.
Right.
But yeah, that was Stage Fright. Overall, how would you rate it?
I would say maybe like a 5 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10.
Boo hiss.
Yeah, I know it's pretty up there for you though.
I know I'm going with a 9. Going with a 9, buddy. But now this next one, all I got to say is I prepared. Yeah.
It's exactly what you think it is.
We're talking about Pieces. Okay, so this is the greatest movie ever made.
It's pretty gnarly.
You want to explain? You want to explain Pieces in the smallest sense? Because there's not much to this movie.
So pretty much there's a lot of people getting murdered on a campus, and the dean of the campus is trying to keep it like hush hush when it comes to like a lot of people finding out. So the police kind of recruits one of the students to like keep a look after this teacher who's not really a teacher because she actually works for the police. And together they just try to figure out who the killer is.
Yep, and
I think that about sums it up.
it does. But this movie can be summarized by the first like 2 minutes. You get
Right,
gore, you get dismemberment, you get a puzzle because the puzzle comes up.
right.
Which before this recording, I actually wanted to get it, but one of the drawers I have it in, I put it against the wall so I could move my bed.
Oh dang.
And I'm like, I ain't moving that shit.
Yeah.
Like, you got me fucked up. But how'd you like the movie overall?
I loved it. Like you said, it's very gory. Um, there's some parts where it's kind of just like what the fuck? Like, why did they even put that in there? You know, like it didn't really make sense, but it was still really good for the movie. Like the whole like karate like sequence type thing, that was just like really random and out there.
Well, now, I've heard this. I don't know how true this is, but it doesn't surprise me. Juan Pierre Simon was a director that wore many hats. He did a lot of different movies. His filmography goes from like children's. It's kind of like Fulci to a degree. Fulci did like children's movies and westerns that end up doing gore films. Juan Pierre Simon was, I think, while making Pieces, making a martial arts movie. And the lead actor in that movie, this is what I've heard. I don't know how true this is. Uh, happened to be on set that day, and he just wrote this scene in as almost a guys, watch out, look what I'm doing next.
Right. He was
And
like foreshadowing.
yeah, or just like he needed something to shoot, I guess, and he was there, and he's like, do some kung fu. Um, and the only reason that I felt bad about putting Pieces on this thing was because it's not Italian, and the other two were like Italian, like slasher or pseudo slasher movies, and
Right.
this is Spanish, but it all kind of encompasses the same thing.
Right. I feel like it all kind of fits together
It
like a
does.
puzzle.
Ooh, look at you! Look at you! You. I don't know. It's either look at the camera because my setup is weird. Because like I got to look at the computer to make sure the levels are right and make
Right.
sure everything's recording. But and also I'm looking at you while I'm doing it. But my camera's over
Right.
here, so I don't know where to look sometimes. Maybe I'll adjust it. I don't know. I strapped the damn tripod down to the table. I zip tied that motherfucker. But yeah, Pieces is one of these movies that I didn't grow up with this one. I found this because hell no, I wouldn't grow up with this one. It wasn't in America for a while, like easily available. And I remember when Hastings used to be opened by us. Um, I found this DVD. It was the Grindhouse releasing one because I'm like, oh well, that's cool. I have Cannibal Holocaust and Cannibal Ferox, which is funny. I saw those movies before I saw this one. But I was like,
Right.
oh, it's the same releasing company because to this day, I still buy stuff based on releasing companies and distributors and stuff. So I was like, oh, it must be good. I found fucking gold. I found like one of the greatest movies ever. It's one of my date movies. It's Frankenhooker then Pieces.
Right.
Frankenhooker to draw them in, and the Pieces to see if they'll stay.
Right.
So far, not that many stayed, but the ones that did were awful. But 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 I just love this movie. There's an odd charm to it, with especially the dialogue from the characters, because the dialogue themselves is just so goofy. Like
The most beautiful thing in the world is smoking pot and fucking on a waterbed.
And then she got killed on a waterbed.
yeah, and also she goes up to one of the professors, which gets accused of being gay, and that's why he's the killer.
Right.
I gotta put that scene in. That's a hilarious scene. He's a homosexual.
Professor Brown, you see, is a homosexual. I found out about him some years ago.
Yeah, they weren't
she's-
that progressive back then.
No. And then, like, she's like, people say my boobs are funny. Like, why would you do that? And one of my favorite kills in the movie is the girl just doing homework, like in the middle of the garden.
That was like one of the first kills, wasn't it?
Yeah, besides like the opening kill with the mother, that was the first one, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like shortly after the one with the mother, like the movie stays consistent with the kills. Like it doesn't let up.
Right.
Like
I really like this. I really like the scene where she's like in the pool, and then the dude just grabs the net, and he's like Yaga, and just
yeah,
snatches her out.
yeah. And then she just stands there like topless, scared.
Right.
It's and then like um one scene that I remember when we saw Terrifier 3 in the theaters. I think I told you after the movie, like, they were inspired by Pieces. There was
Right.
no way
Yeah.
they weren't.
Right. After I saw Pieces for the first time, I was like, yeah, I definitely know what Alex was talking about.
Yeah, that shower scene is brutal too.
Yeah, it was gory as hell.
And this is made in 82.
Right.
So just think how just like batshit crazy this was to see for the first time.
Right. I bet people were staying awake for days after seeing that.
Well, I mean, it only played like in New York, like at the grindhouses.
Really?
Yeah, like it like you weren't gonna like go down the street and accidentally watch Pieces.
Right.
And one actor I want to note, there's a couple, but one I want to note, I don't remember his name, but he's the guy that plays the lead. Like the guy with the little afro, like you see his penis in one scene.
Yeah. I was kind of like,
like, ooh, was this dong
kind of caught me
dogging?
off guard.
But he played in another Juan Pierre Simon movie, which was Pod People, which is my favorite Mystery Science Theater episode. And it just
Right.
always tripped me out when the day I found out that, because I grew up with Mystery Science Theater. That's one of the things me and my dad really bonded on was that show. And I always loved that episode. I think still to this day, it just cracks me up. There's like a 10-minute stretch where it's gold. And that's the lead in Pod People. And it tripped me out when I watched Pieces for the first time because I'm like, that guy looks familiar. And I kind of blew it off. And then like I looked it up later. I'm like, oh my god, he tried to stop Trumpy. That's the alien in Pod People is Trumpy. That's what they name him.
Right.
And another actor I want to highlight in this is Christopher George. Now I know he did a lot of TV shows and stuff like that, but what I know him from is the exploitation days. Like when he was doing stuff like Grizzly, and he was in a Fulci movie. He was in City of the Living Dead. He was in Graduation Day, which that's a really crappy slasher, but somehow I find it charming. I don't know why. I shouldn't, but I do. Um, and he was in a really underrated movie called Mortuary. It's like this dude going around, like, you know, the thing that you embalm people with, like the needle?
Yeah.
He's going around killing people like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there's some creepy moments in that. I need to check my list to see if I have a copy of that. If not, I'm going to buy one next paycheck, definitely. Because
Right.
that's a real good one. That one's underrated. But his wife is also in the movie, who later on they were both in the same movies together. It's Linda Day George, just the cop that does not look like she'd be in college.
Right.
I'm sorry, that girl could not pass, like at all.
No.
No, that's
Wasn't she supposed to be like a tennis coach or something?
or like her she had a scholarship for tennis, like a sports scholarship. Yeah, then we have that boring scene of playing tennis. That's like the worst part of the movie.
Right.
But she does deliver the classic bastard line.
While we were out here fumbling with that music, the lousy bastard was in there killing her! Bastard! Bastard! Bastard!
It was so loud. I had to like turn my TV down because I didn't want to wake up my grandpa.
Yeah,
And she wails it for like 2 minutes straight too.
she's louder than the damn music that they were trying to turn off.
Right.
And also, another thing that I always took from this movie was, like, a girl got so scared she pissed herself, and they showed it.
Right.
You don't really see that in movies, like horror movies, especially like a slasher genre. You don't really see that.
Right.
Which I always thought that was a cool touch. Like, not a lot of people do that. And then, actually, one more actor I want to note, which is the guy that plays the groundskeeper. He was in the live-action Popeye movie with Robin Williams.
Right.
He plays his nemesis, Brutus or Pluto or...
I can't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, just the big, aggressive, like, bald dude that's always like, come here, bitch.
I felt bad for that actor. Well, the character in the movie, I think his name was Willard, but like he was always at like the wrong place. Well, the right place, but at the wrong time. Because like they thought he was the killer, and to be honest, I did too at first. But then I was like, no, that's kind of fishy.
No, remember that scene where, like, everybody attacks him? Like, it takes, like,
Yeah.
7 people to take him down.
Right.
Get him!
There's just, like,
Yeah.
Pieces is something that you could go move, like, scene by scene, and you find something awesome in it.
Right.
It's just such a... Like how I always explain to people, it's not a good movie. It's not a well-made movie. By any stretch of the imagination. Probably the gore effects are the best part of it.
Yeah, that's probably what makes it.
Yeah, it's the gore and just the randomness of it.
Yeah.
Like just and it's almost cartoonish. And you kind of wonder if Juan Pierre Simon, I think, has passed by now. I think he has. Maybe wrong. But you almost kind of wonder his mindset of like, did he know he was making this over the top, gory movie, so he put like these comedic things in it?
He probably did.
Or is he just a terrible director because his other movies have these staples, and I don't know if he's just a bad director.
Right.
And somehow he lucked out with Pieces, which actually take that back. He also did Slugs. He did the 1988 movie Slugs, which is about killer slugs. That one's actually pretty good. We need to do a When Nature Attacks episode because I love those
Right.
movies. I grew up on those movies. I fucking love those things. So yeah, before we keep going on about Pieces, what would you rate this one?
I would rate it a strong 10 out of 10. I would definitely watch it again and again.
Did you watch it again
And I'll-
before you gave it back?
I did.
Good.
And it's also one of those movies where like I would show people and be like, "Hey, check this out," you know?
Well, the good thing is you could do that. It's on Tubi.
Right.
But I did want to say this: the version I gave you, the Blu-ray, it
Uh-huh.
had for the first time, like in America at least, I think, was the Spanish language version, which had different music,
Oh, that's cool.
and there was different. I I watched it a long time ago, but that was back in my bad days. So I don't remember if there were additional scenes or not. I remember it being an interesting experience to see it like with the Spanish language. I don't know how
Right.
much the dialogue was changed around because dialogue gets changed around when you dub it anyway. So I don't know. I need to rewatch it. I may do that tonight because I'm not really tired and I just want to watch Pieces now.
Right.
It's so good.
It
Get
is.
get Mom's cat back in here and watch Pieces. So I'm gonna rate it a
One other
13 out of 10.
Dang, that's steep.
Yeah, I always praise this movie, and either people latch onto it and they're like, yeah, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen, or it sucks. And
Right.
why do you watch this crap? But there's no middle ground. It's like you love it or you hate it.
Right.
So
One other scene that I did want to talk about, like before we were done, was at the very end. Whenever, like it's just the very end, and the next thing you know, like the the puzzled corpse's like hand just like flies up and touches that dude's dick. Like I was like, dang, because I did not expect that.
and pops his grapes.
Let's go. Hey, my jacket.
So would you recommend Pieces to anybody?
Of course.
I have several copies of Pieces. I'm just gonna give you one.
Okay.
I have them fucking everywhere, dude. Well, guys, that's it for what we've watched. And like I said, we're going to try to do these more in person if we can. But if not, this is going to be our secondary source to do it. If everything goes right. Hopefully everything goes right this time around. But I think it will. Everything's been going good. Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
I can't cross this one, but
Yeah, you got a bum hand.
yeah, I got a what's that called? A cyst in my wrist. It rhymes. It's cute.
Yeah, I was about to say that rhymes.
I need to put a bow on that bitch.
It would be cunty.
It would. All right, so next time around, like I said in the other thing, I gave him the Sleepaway Camp box set, so we're gonna do that.
Yay.
All right, until next time, guys. See you later.
Bye.